반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Jin Sang A wasn't feeling well. She had just been urgently arrested by the police for the murder of her biological father. Before being taken in for questioning by the prosecution, she had eaten sushi too quickly and started clutching her chest like someone with indigestion. She looked very uncomfortable and even started dry heaving as if she might throw up. Watching her quietly, Shim Sune sensed that something was off. She looked at Jin Sang A carefully and wondered if Sang A might be pregnant. Sang A brushed it off, thinking it was ridiculous to be pregnant in a situation like this. She tried to smile but couldn't. The comment had hit her harder than expected. Then, Sang A started thinking back to her time with Nam Jin. As she remembered those moments, her face slowly became more serious. After sitting in silence, she suddenly frowned deeply and stood up. She called out to a prison guard asking for a pregnancy test kit immediately. So began the tragic turn in Sang A's story. Finding out she was pregnant while behind bars after being arrested thanks to Jin Chua's efforts. Meanwhile, Nam Jin had overheard something shocking. 15 billion won had been deposited into Sang A's account. His eyes widened with greed. Although both of his marriage had failed and his life was a mess, he believed that if he could get his hands on that money, he could start over even if he was twice divorced. He thought money could fix everything, but deep down, he missed Seonju. It wasn't just because she was the daughter of a wealthy CEO, she had always supported him without asking for anything in return. She believed in him when he had nothing. He missed her genuine love. At the time, he hadn't realized how much her kindness meant. He took it for granted and thought he deserved it. But after marrying someone like Sang A, who only brought misery, he finally understood how valuable Seonju's love had been. Even though he didn't actually have the money yet, he ran to Seonju's house. He believed that unless she accepted him back, he had no hope. He even planned to use their child Jiyoon to try and win her heart again. He barged into the house and saw Seonju. Looking at her with teary eyes, he told her that he was about to come into a lot of money and wanted to move abroad with her and Jiyoon to live happily again, just like they used to. His words were desperate and sincere, but Seonju was cold. She stared at him and shouted that she knew he had only come crawling back because he found out she was the CEO's daughter. She told him to get out of her house. Her words hit him like a punch to the chest. The old Seonju would have believed him but not anymore. He lost all hope and was thrown out collapsing in the middle of the empty street. He pulled at his own hair filled with regret. He couldn't understand why he had left Seonju for someone like Sang A. No matter how much he regretted it, it was too late. That night, he wandered around for hours before returning to the salon at dawn. He decided to try and get something out of this situation. Carefully, he turned on Sang A's laptop looking for her fake company's account information and password. The screen was messy with documents and folders. He saw a file that looked like an account number and opened it. But then he hit a problem. The password. He couldn't figure it out. Since their marriage wasn't out of love, he knew things like their anniversary wouldn't work as the password. Afraid that trying too many wrong passwords would get him caught, he started searching her coat for clues. While looking, he found a hard object in the inner pocket. Curious, he pulled it out. It was a small recorder. It was something Sang A's father had left behind just before he died. Nam Jin started to panic. He had meant to get rid of it but kept putting it off. The recorder still had evidence on it, Shim Sune's confession of her crimes. With that and the video of Sang A attacking her father, Nam Jin realized he didn't need the password. He could use the recordings to blackmail Sang A instead. Standing outside the salon, he listened to the recording and smiled to himself. The next day, he started pressuring Sang A. He confronted her about the 15 billion won, asking why she hadn't told him. Sang A was shocked. She had never planned to share the money with Nam Jin. Her plan was to quietly escape overseas with her mother. When she asked if he had eavesdropped on her conversation with her mother, Nam Jin smiled coldly and said it didn't matter how he knew, only that the money was now in her account. He demanded a share. Sang A's anger exploded. She thought he was shameless for wanting to split money he had nothing to do with. He had already ruined everything by getting Seonju involved and exposing her identity. She couldn't believe he still had the nerve to ask for money. But instead of backing down, Nam Jin's eye grew bolder. He stepped closer to Sang A as if he had expected her reaction all along.
'Cause you are beautiful.